Yeah, a lot of older Chinese people are really racist.
Oh, it's the same thing with the Mexicans.
Yeah, they're like, there's whites, there's us, and there's all of you. But somehow they're like, yeah, there's still the whites here. But then in their mind, they're like, use all the racial slurs you can think about.
Well, that's the way my grandma was. The sweetest woman I've ever met.
Oh, really?
But so racist.
Isn't it interesting? A lot of like grandmas, your memories are, oh my gosh, she makes me meals. And she's like spitting the black person's face.
All right. Welcome once again to the PDX official show. I am your host, beatzillapdx officially, and this is the midweek report, news break edition. And today we are talking about a racist TikTok Karen gets it wrong, and she gets it way wrong. And so with this, we're just going to spend this midweek report with this story right here. And hopefully everybody is doing well as you are coming into this broadcast. Hit that like button, share this broadcast out. And if you have not already subscribed to this channel and you're watching over on X, make sure you come over here and do that. If you're watching on Instagram, make sure you come on over here to the YouTube channel and subscribe to the beatzillapdx official YouTube channel. And we will go on from there. Oh, and also if you want to go ahead and further support this channel, you can do so by becoming a member, and you can join this channel as well. So with that being said, let me make sure I got what I need. Let's see. Let's see if there's a story on this. Let's see. Because this might actually have had some press by now. But we will see. Oh, yes. And there is. There definitely is. Okay, there's a few stories. Good. Good. All right, what do I see here? I will not apologize. A woman response. And as you see, the Karen, when I say Karen, it is because she's in the middle between a Becky and a Karen. And so instead of calling her a Becky or a Karen, we decided to just go ahead and combine them for this evening and call it Karen. Isn't that fitting? Anyway. Oh man. So this story is out of, and I'm gonna play all the videos I got, But this story comes out of, why is it Soap Central? Let me see what else it is. Soap Central. Actually, Black Enterprise. I'll go to Black Enterprise. Check that. Okay. Check this out. Okay, so and this article is coming from Black Enterprise, of course, like I said. This is by Nala Abdur Rahman, and this is from the 20th. It reads, woman accuses black man of trespassing at his own home, cries white tears when doxxed. The woman then posted multiple videos explaining why she did not believe the black man lived there. An Ohio woman was caught on film unjustly questioning a black man on if he actually lived in their affluent neighborhood. Mike Jenkins caught the ordeal on his home security camera and posted the now viral clip, which many deem an act of racial profiling. The video showed the woman identified as Michelle Bishop approaching his home after jogging with her children, but questioning whether he actually resided there. You're literally on his porch asking him if he lives at his house. One thing is for certain, ma'am, you don't live there. Let's see. According to where is the buzz? Bishop stopped at the Ohio home after a vehicle slowly moved toward her and her two kids. To find safety, the woman approached Jenkins' home with her children when he arrived and told them he owned the home. Bishop did not believe him. She immediately fled the property. No, she didn't actually immediately flee. But she ended up fleeing the property. But that was just a start. She began running and yelling help around the corner. As caught on the additional security footage, Bishop's the additional security footage. Bishop's husband then came back to the house to explain her actions, stating that she feared for her life and felt someone was chasing her. You scared the crap out of me, said Bishop, who then apologized for the ordeal. However, Jenkins and his wife tried to gain better sense of why the woman reacted that way. She then touched on how she felt scared with her kids as the car seemed to slow down near her. Bishop continued, well, you just have to understand my point of view. Yeah, it's racist. And what you want him to understand is that you're profiling him because of your racist notions. Is what that's the view you want him to see? I don't think so, ma'am. When confronted about why she did not believe he lived there, she did not directly answer. Of course she did, because she's not telling the truth. Instead, Bishop just reiterated her apologies as her husband prompted her to get into the car. However, the recorded footage now has Bishop backtracking her own steps. In a true white woman's tears video, she said she did not have any racially motivated reasons for not believing Jenkins. I will not apologize for making any sort of racist remark. I'm the furthest thing from a racist, explained Bishop. I will, however, apologize that my expression could ever come off in such a way. Bishop said she was prioritizing her children's safety by running. Instead of going to your house, you went to his house, but you were worried about your children's safety. Yeah, I'll address that part as well. Because living in Portland, Oregon, I see women do this exact same thing. They're not fearing for their children's safety, because if you fear for your children's safety, you don't take your children toward the conflict. And this is exactly what these women will do. They'll put their kids as if it'll be some kind of period. That's how they use their children, to be busybodies. I see this all the time here in Portland. All the time. I mean, all the time. Never not a time when you can be out in this city and not see one of these women doing that silly mess with their children, using their children just to bother Black people. This is what I see often. Anyway, Bishop said she was prioritizing her children's safety, but she really wasn't. She was using her children to be a busybody. She also said multiple aspects of the incident led her to not believing him. Yeah, him being Black and her being on his porch. Yeah, okay. She then revealed some childhood trauma and in an effort to further explain why she overreacted. Moreover, she claims that she claims that she could not the color of Jenkins' skin. I'm not sure what that means. Man, that's a typo and there's a word missing. Because it says, moreover, she claims that she could not the color of Jenkins' skin regardless because it was nighttime. Oh, maybe she could not see or not tell. Maybe that's what was supposed to be there. Despite this, she said the tone of his voice seemed not welcoming or comforting either. Okay, I'll stop right there for now. Because that's where it is for now. For some of y'all might have already seen this video, but I will go ahead and we're gonna get this one started so you guys can see for yourself what time it was with this woman while she's over here doing all of this acting. So without further ado, here is Michelle, whatever the hell her name is.
Knock on the doorbell. Ring the doorbell. We need to. What's going on?
Do you live here?
Yeah.
You do?
Papa.
I don't believe that.
What?
I don't believe that.
So where are you going?
Rory, come on. Rory, come on.
Hey.
Did someone come here?
That was my wife. Somebody chased her up here. And she had kids.
Who chased her?
She said somebody in a silver truck.
Gray truck, and he came around the corner, and I was in the street, and so I come up, and I just have my kids, and so I'm like gonna pretend that I'm coming home, and so I pull up and I start walking to your back gate, and he stops here and he goes, "Are you looking for someone?" And I said, "Nope," and then he sat here, and I was like, "I need to get in."
Well, that's my husband. That's why he lives here. Yeah. He lives here. So he came in and he said there's a lady screaming. And I'm like, that's...
She got all worried. That some...
Scared the crap out of me.
How?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
How did he scare you, though?
I just seen her in the driveway and I was like, are you looking for somebody? Because I was pulling up out
And I
home.
saw someone walking in our driveway, too. And I'm like, why is someone walking in our driveway?
Well, I'm
Oh, there
sorry.
we got it. All right, sorry.
What? She said that's walking from there.
You came this way, didn't you?
No, I came down this street right here.
Yeah.
And I was riding slow because I'm looking at our Christmas lights.
Well, you just have to understand my point of view. Being by myself with two kids, I just saw a car coming, and so I was like, oh, it scared me, and so I just pulled up here, and I kept thinking, this this could be his house. But you didn't say, this is my home. You just said, are you looking? And I was like,
I did. When you was on the porch, you asked me, did I live here? I said, yeah.
And you said, no, you don't.
And you said, I don't think you do.
It was obviously you could tell that I was really caught off guard.
Like, I'm pulling in my, it's like I'm pulling in my house. Like, this is not, this neighborhood is probably one of the best neighborhoods in Ohio. You don't have to worry about stuff like that.
Well, I'm very sorry. I really hope that you're not upset with me.
Come on, baby, go in the house. Let's go.
You told me that I didn't. You said you didn't think I lived here.
It was the way that you were talking. I was so caught off guard. I'm so sorry.
I wasn't even going to come on camera. But I don't even know if I could. I mean, this is crazy. Y'all can see my face right now. There's some things about what she just said. All of this was manufactured because you're acting like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do something. And then what you end up doing is going to this man's, what appears to try to open his back gate. I don't understand what's going on. You have to see it from my point of view. Yeah, you look like a thief with your 2 kids. Can I help you? Ma'am, you were at this man's house attempting to open his gate. You were not close to being a victim. Oh, well, he's like, yeah, I'm slowing down. He's in the neighborhood. See, isn't this how Trayvon Martin got done, but being in the same neighborhood as Zimmerman? But of course, he didn't know who this kid was all of a sudden, being part of Neighborhood Watch within the same gated community. But that's a topic for another day. Yeah, let me go back here real quick. There's some things she said. I just want to hear this again.
Coming home. And so I pull up and I start walking to your back gate. And he stops here and he goes, are you looking for someone?
Yeah, I would. Excuse me. Can I help you? That's exactly what I would be doing. And one of the places that we stayed years ago, my children were young. We had a gate, and it was, that's one thing I do miss about that place. Our gate, it's like, like this guy's gate here. So if you're over here fooling with somebody's gate, you best expect you finna get something said to you. Because my gate didn't have no door handle. All it had was a lock. So it double locks on the inside. But you understand what I'm saying? Like this is a you got to lift yourself up. I would have to lift myself up to put my head all the way over the gate. So, and looking at this man's gate, it's very reminiscent of mine. And so, if you're looking again, like I'm saying, and I'm assuming he would have the same type of gate door. Those aren't going to have no door handles. That means they got like master locks with a key. So if you're at the back of this brother's house about to try to look like you're attempting to pop his lock, I would be wondering, can I help you? Are you looking for somebody? Because you're clearly about to try to trespass. So this is the one part that I think people might see this and overlook that. Nah, this woman was already trying to be around. And then she goes around the front. See, she continuously making it seem like, oh, your house was the place of refuge. Why? You don't know them folks over there. Why all of a sudden would you look like you're going there? Where are you in your own neck of the woods? That's another thing these folks like to do, is go walking through the neighborhood just for things they can report. They'll go sit up there and be like, oh, because looking at the house and it's a nice neighborhood, they probably have a HOA. So people like this go around the neighborhood, and they go around the neighborhood just to nitpick. If y'all have that app, the neighborhood app, I'm sure if you guys are part of any kind of neighborhood associations or anything like that, these types, oh man, there's no shortage. Like even on our ring, for our ring area, we gotta shorten the area that we get notifications for, because these people, I guess, ain't got nothing better to do. All they do is this type of stuff. Go around, man, there's somebody prowling. And you just get endless notifications of just a bunch of dry snitching on stuff that mostly everybody ain't even close to. But now this type of thing here, she's, oh, I'm going to be out. Now, number one, she said she was jogging with her kids. What kind of jogging is she doing? The hell kind of jogging is she doing? And then she picks the kid up and leaves and does it all frantic. What was this about? And why was she fearing for her life from a man whose car is in the driveway? None of this makes sense. I'm just saying. Now, the woman said she has faced harassment since the videos went viral, leading her to make her social media pages private. Still, she continued to cry out on social media about her experience. However, she emphasized that she is not trying to play the victim. White woman, as soon as you start your video, it's tears. That's nothing but playing the victim. I'm gonna need you to cut it out. Let's hear a little more.
I said nope, and then he sat here, and I was like, I need to get in.
Well, that's my husband. That's why he lives here.
Yeah, he lives here.
He lives here. So he came in and he said, there's a lady screaming. And I'm like, that's...
She got all worried that
I'm scared the hell out of me.
How?
I'm so sorry.
How did he scare you, though?
I just seen her in the driveway, and I was like, are you looking for somebody? Because I was pulling up out
And I
home.
saw someone walking in our driveway, too. And I'm like, why is someone walking in our driveway?
Well, I'm sorry.
all right, sorry.
What? She said that's talking from there.
No, you came this way, didn't you?
No, I came down this street right here.
Yeah.
And I was riding slow because I'm looking at our Christmas lights.
Well, you just have to understand my point of view. Being by myself with two kids, I just saw a car coming, and so I was like, oh, it scared me, and so I just pulled up here, and I kept thinking, this could be his house. But you didn't say, this is my home. You just said, are you looking? And I was like,
I did. When you was on the porch, you asked me, did I live here? I said, yeah.
And you said, no, you don't.
And you said, I don't think you do.
You went back to his gate. Ma'am, do you live here? Well, you got to see my point of view. You said you didn't think he lived there. If they can sit up here and all those people that were crying over fouls about Caitlin Clark, oh man, that's clearly racist. This is clearly racist. Just saying.
Obviously, you could tell that I was really caught off guard.
Like, I'm pulling in my... It's like I'm pulling in my house. Like, this is not...
What does she want him to say? Oh, I understand. You saw a black man, you got scared. Natural reaction, right? Oh, I'm fearing for my life. It's a black man. Incredible.
Neighborhood is probably one of the best neighborhoods in Ohio. You don't have to worry about stuff like that.
Well, I'm very sorry. I really hope that you're not upset with me.
Come on, baby. Go in the house. Let's go.
You told me that I didn't. You said you didn't think I lived here.
It was the way that you were talking. I was so caught off guard. I'm so sorry.
You know, you're just black. And I was caught off by all of your blackness. And you just being black. You can understand that, right? You're black. And I'm a Bacarian. So, like they said, she had some videos, and that's why we're only focusing on this particular topic, because I want to walk this down with y'all, because this is some of the energy that will later on fuel this feminism ideal. However, she'll jump out there and women this, women that, women this, but she gonna keep it with their community. And that agenda is always first and foremost. Hope y'all see she went straight to that. So now in the process of her not playing victim, here is Michelle telling you her side.
So I want to jump on here because my Facebook is public, and for those of you guys who are telling me that I owe a public apology, one, I will not apologize for making any sort of racist remark.
No one said you made a racist remark. We said your behavior and your attitude and your position with this man at his home was racist. Big difference. Big difference.
The furthest thing from a racist.
Uh-huh.
I will, however, apologize that my expression could ever come across in such a way, or that somebody could think something of that nature of myself and my family. So, long story short, I need to give the context, because there's a lot of y'all who are coming to my page right now. And I said, I don't think that it is. And at that point, the only reason that I said that was because truly the awkward encounter of slowing up behind me, talking to us multiple times. I'm in this frantic state. It's late at night. I got my kids, my 2 babies. The lady at the door is not answering. There's no other homes that are well established. I mean, there's...
So my first question is, it's late at night and you have your 2 babies out. Maybe not do that. I'm sure there's somebody out there like, hey, she might want to just take her kids out at any time of night. Well, if it's late, shouldn't it be bedtime? Why are those little children out? And okay, this makes sense to you. This makes sense to somebody, right? So I'm going to go out for a late night jog with the babies while the husband stays home. Why the hell does this make sense? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't. As a father and a husband, I would never be. I never would have, because now, of course, our children are grown. But when our children were small, I can't think of any moment that I would tell my wife, "Hey, it's almost midnight. Why don't you take the babies out for a jog?" What? Okay. Already we're starting off on the wrong foot.
Construction. It's a corner house. I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, I'm on the front porch. This truck literally is halfway up the driveway. And I was like, my radar was like, nope, I don't think that this is your house. And so I said, I don't believe that this is your house. And so I'm starting to unbuckle Cash, and I grab and I freak. I go, Rory, run. And so I take off the porch and I literally run as fast as I can, screaming at the top of my lung. I'm getting all these messages. I'm so sorry. Screaming at the top of my lung. I've never ever screamed the way that I screamed. And I'm running through the front yards of everybody, praying that the Ring doorbell would capture us. Finally, to get to a woman's house, I'm bang on the door. And at this point, I'm dialing 911, and I said, can I please come in? And the woman said, yes, come in. And so I'm staying there, I'm talking to the sheriff, and more than anything, I was not looking for him to come to my rescue at this point. My husband was going to come. I'm in this woman's house. The door is closed. And I tell the man, he said, do I need to come out? And I just said, no. I said, I was just calling to let you know that this just happened. My husband's going to come get me. And he said,
you called 911 over what? What did you say happened to you? See, this is worse than what you think. Thank you for telling on yourself. Because now hearing this is even worse than what that man probably originally thought. Okay, and so I'm just finishing this. Looks like the end of this article. It says Jenkins also shared his experiences on Instagram, emphasizing that he was proud of how he handled the matter despite wanting to, quote, lose control after being profiled. And yes, so I'm glad that they are keeping it a buck on what she actually did, because this is what it was. And then on top of that, you call it 911 for what? You definitely weren't in harm's way. He did not chase you. He did not approach you. He didn't touch you. What were you calling 911 for? To tell them to go look out for a black man in a silver truck? But then she says earlier in this particular article, she couldn't tell or see if he was black. Well, now we know that's a lie. Because she wasn't scared of no white man. Oh, that absolutely not. And no white man has long ass dreads like that either. So I mean, she knew what he was.
He asked me if I wanted him to come out, and I said no. And so the woman then, I was at her house, she literally asked me and said, she said, I don't know how to ask this. She goes, but was it a black man? Because she goes, it's a black family that lives there. And I said, no, I believe that this is a white man. He was a white man in a truck. A young white man is what I said. And she said, okay. She goes, because that's a black family that lives there. And I said, no, I don't think that it was a black man. And then when my husband got there, I stood out front, and we're still trying to get the Ring doorbell footage of me talking to my husband. But he asked me again, he said, what house was it? And I said, it was this house right here. And he goes, are you sure it wasn't a black guy? He goes, because that's a black family. And I said, no, I don't believe that it was a black man. And so we get in the car.
Wish I had my hat. Oh, I wish I had my hat. Y'all watching this live right now, put that blue cap in the chat. Put that cap in the chat. Oh, no, ma'am. Oh, I thought he was white. Everybody else know that's a black family on the corner, even your husband. Oh, y'all catching it? The more she talks, the more she tells on herself. That's typically what liars do, though. A liar will always tell on themselves because they always have to talk. They have to always get in front of the lie. So, oh man, I don't know why people would be thinking I would never. The first thing, I'm the furthest thing from a racist. Just like I'm the furthest thing from a backstabber. Same thing. A rat, a liar, a thief, all prone. They all have the same traits. And she's going to sit up here and tell you that the woman that she runs to a random woman's house, right? They all live in this neighborhood. That woman knows the people in that house are a black family. her husband knows that the people in that house are a black family. However, her and her kids walking around that black family's house late at night don't know that the person that lives in that house is part of that black family. What are the odds that her husband, because see, obviously they have a nice house in that neighborhood. And when you have a nice, like I said, damn it, wait, let me go back and what I just said. Didn't I just start talking about HOAs? He said it's one of the nicest neighborhoods in that joint. So they all know who lives there. They're in an HOA. They know who their neighbors are. Caught you, shenanigans, Missy.
And we go to pick up the stroller. And I've said this a million times, I have never felt the fear that I had even just pulling up in front of the house when John opened the door to get out of the truck. The amount of, I've never went into like fight or flight like that before. And so he gets out of the car and he goes up to the woman's house, and a woman comes out onto the front porch and she says something along the lines like, did you forget something or did you leave something? And John laughs and he's like, yes, we did. I'm so sorry. And I get out of the car and I walk up to the woman, and I could not tell her fast enough what had happened. She walks out on the porch and I jump out of the car and I said, oh my gosh, yes, there was a man. And John was the one that said a man was following her, chasing her, following her is what I said. I use the word chasing, following me. And, so she said, I jumped out of the car and I said, I'm so sorry. I said, literally, I was pretending that your house was my house. I was walking up the driveway, and then I was like turning in. I was pretending that it was yours. And she goes, yeah, that was my husband. And so he ends up coming out and he's like, I told you this was my house. And at that point, I literally I said, I'm so sorry. I said, I am so sorry. And I told him, I said, sorry. I said, I'm so sorry. And then,
just real quick, while she's in her mid-lie, I just let's just refresh the memory here. The police were called. 911 was called right after this. So let's not forget that part.
I said, this is your house. That was my words. I said, I'm so sorry. I said, this is your house. I said, I truly kept thinking like, maybe this is his house. Maybe this is his house. And he says, well, I told you this was your house. And I said, you have to understand. I said, I'm so sorry. I said, it was such an awkward encounter. I said, the truck was like starting to slow behind me. And I'm out here with my little girl and my son, and I said, I'm a mom, and it was dark. And he said, but I told you that this was my house. He says, I was driving slow because I was looking at my Christmas lights. And once again, I said, I am so sorry. And they truly, they did not take my apology.
They shouldn't, because you're a damn liar. And let me tell y'all, folks, and good for y'all for not taking her apology. Like I said, I'm from right here in Portland, Oregon. I see this type of thing all the time. No, she ain't sorry. And for those of you don't know, miss me, I done seen this type of devilry my entire life. That's why I don't let nobody cry. If you cry on me, I don't play that. I don't play that shit at all. Never have, never will. Yeah, you start crying on me, you just threw in the towel. And there people, I'll start crying and get sympathy. Foot to the floor. Don't you ever disrespect me with that weak shit? Coming at me like, oh, you don't know what I'm doing. I know what you're doing. I see exactly what you're doing. That's probably why certain people don't really want to deal with me. So again, with this one here, but Karen, this but Karen Now it's just up here feeding you the story, which clearly ain't true. But I want to walk through this because I want to demonstrate the depth of lying through tears and fake victimhood and then being devious and then hiding your hands. And no, I would never. I want you to see all of what that looks like. Because you might just have somebody like that around you. I know I did.
And that night, I went home. And so if you guys saw on Instagram, I shared the story twice. The only reason that I shared the story is because I was heartbroken and it was a really scary night. I've always shared everything on Instagram. And so that night after that whole instance happened, I literally was sitting on the steps, first of all, and John kept trying to talk to me. I kept telling him I was so sorry.
We don't care. We don't care. And the fact that this is the first freaking video. Oh my God.
And I've never, just the panic. I literally could not come down from this fight or flight. From the time that I was at the woman's house to literally 30 seconds later, telling the woman that I was just followed to the man stepping out on the front porch and it being his house. It was like all of these different emotions. And so I'm sitting at home, literally having this meltdown. And I kept telling John I was so sorry. I felt really stupid.
You should, because you called the police after you did this. Yeah, you absolutely should.
And so on the way home, I forgot to say that the cop was driving around our neighborhood, and I'm getting all these messages. I'm so sorry. The cop was driving around our neighborhood, and I stopped him. We stopped him, and I jumped over, rolled the window down, and I said, "I am so sorry." I said, I'm so sorry. I said, it was his house. It was a misunderstanding. I'm so sorry. He was like, "It's okay. I'm glad everything's fine." I was like, "Yes, it's fine." So I ended up, we went home, and
yeah, yes, because no black man had to lose his life tonight over your lying. This is how dangerous liars are. You might have somebody around you that lies just like this. Like I just said, I know I did.
That night when I got home, I had tears and I was making a cup of coffee. And if you guys know me, I put everything on Instagram. I talk all the time. It was an innocent mistake. I felt.
Ooh, that's the other part too. Always need to be seen for clout.
Really stupid. I absolutely was crushed I felt like they thought I was stupid. I already felt stupid. I truly felt stupid.
No. That's feeling exposed. No, people can call you stupid. But what you feel is exposed.
Like I said to them on the porch, I kept thinking maybe this is his house. And then I'm running and screaming at the top of my lungs. And so, yeah, I felt dumb for sure. So I went on Instagram and
yeah, but in classic liar fashion, you're still here doubling down. So yeah, oh yeah, man, I because everybody's seen it and you're exposed. If that wasn't out there, trust me, she'd still be lying. And it didn't happen. Would never do anything like that. You understand? See, this is now she has to lie based on the level of exposure.
My story, I still have it archived, and I have tears, and I'm making a cup of coffee. And I said, I was like, man, you talk about a night. I'm like, man, my night just completely took a left turn. And I was like, super scary. I was like, I'll have to fill you guys in later. So I went live that night. And then I went live again the next morning. And I have to tell you guys, I have been on social media long enough to know that there's a lot of scrutiny. And so by me going live, I did not think that I was doing anything wrong. I was sharing the story of what happened, better safe than sorry, how scary it was, just what I went through. Like, that's the only reason that I went live.
That's called damage control. And so when you expect that this will blow up on their end, what you'll do is go get in front of it. Some people choose to go and run to X Spaces and do it that way. Or in this case, go to their live medium. But they'll go to their source so they can get in front of it, their platform or wherever, their medium, where they get their, I guess, where they're most known. And then, hey, look at me. Yeah, man, this happened to me. Wow, man, it's total misunderstanding. I don't know what happened. I mean, I was just doing this and I don't know what's wrong. Seen this before, haven't we? I just want you to just like understand when I break down liars to y'all, I'm from Portland, Oregon. I'm around these people all the time. And, I seen a video from Anton Daniels. He was here in Portland. And Anton Daniels says something that I guess if you're from here, you don't even think about it. But he noticed just being here in my city, like, damn, these people are just like open with their Satan worship. And yeah. So for those of you who don't know, a lot of the religion of the trans community is Satanism. If you didn't know. The androgynous thing, that's Baphomet. It's absolute Satanism. Anybody want to try me and tell me that I'm lying? Feel free to hop in the comments. Feel free. Leave me a comment and let me know that you want to come on this platform and challenge that. I would love to see that. Let me know. Let me know, like Aaliyah. Let me know. You understand me? Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Oh, boy. Okay, so let's hear a little more.
At the end, I talked about how I felt stupid and how this couple, I apologized and nothing came of it. And so, yeah, that crushed me. I did feel really stupid. So that is the story of that night. Many of you guys were on those lives, and so you guys know the exact emotions and state that I was in. So we are here. And it wasn't until about 2 weeks ago, maybe a little less than that John was sitting in the living room, and he called me the day prior, and he asked me a question about, did you ever say, like, he said, did you tell the woman that he was black? And I said, no, I told her that I thought he was a young white man. He's like, I thought so. And I was like, that was really weird that he called and asked me that. So the next morning, I was doing my morning reading, and he sits down in front of me, and he's like, we have to talk. And so he told me that there had been a letter floating around our neighborhood that had been posted in our mailroom that had said something about a racist profiling in the neighborhood. And so, of course,
yeah. When it happens at their home, like how you did, and you think you can, well, it's not that. Yeah, that's how they took it. And that's what you did. And then you call the police, and then, the police just so happened to be driving in our neighborhood. Oh, that same cop that you called, but you talked to, okay, again, family. She said she called 911. Then she talked to a dispatch officer. She didn't just talk to the police. She talked to a dispatch officer, or she called the police person she knows. Because that person, and then you know who that cop is. Oh, well, see, you should have just said a patrol car came through. But you actually identified the fact that you know him. That's another thing. See, listen to what liars say. Because again, like I told you, liars have to keep talking. You understand? And then they'll tell you the truth when as you're listening. You'll hear the truth because a liar has to keep talking because they have to keep lying. It's lie after lie. They have to keep covering the lie. That's why they get out in front of a situation. And in this case, didn't know. But now you know. You actually have an issue over here. And oh yeah, so now I went live, and so I wanted to tell y'all just in case it went viral and anybody tried to hurt my brand. Man, this is all sounding so familiar. Just in different circumstances, but I guess when you're dealing, the one similarity here is the lie. And how people lie, and especially the lying woman on when she wants to turn her tears on and use her faux victim. Because again, this is what not being a victim looks like, but coming out and, yeah, I have pity and sympathy on me. I don't know why people are doing this to me. I just have my hands being messy on things. Yeah.
Of course, you throw racism into the mix, it gets really yucky. And that was the furthest thing from what it was, to the point of literally, we have a handwritten letter from the woman's house that I went to. I'm trying to get the Ring doorbell footage of me standing on the porch telling John when he asked, are you sure it wasn't a black man? And I said, I think it is a young white man. But she wrote a letter. She was like, I'm happy to speak on your behalf. You absolutely told me that you thought it was a white man. And so we had 2 days in a row, the letter was posted in the mailroom saying that there was a racist profiling, not mentioning our name, but it was in reference to that night. It was taken down 2 times. And then I believe there was an email sent to our.
Now, this is the last one I got. Let's hear the last one, because now that she knows people are looking at her as racist, let's see her turn it up. And never forget, she called that cop right after this.
When I was a little girl, we had a man banging on our door and helicopters hovering over our home. So, did I overreact? Yeah, maybe a little bit. But I showed up at the door and I said that I was sorry 2 times. People are going as far as saying they're not genuine apologies, that I'm out to get them for whatever reason that is. I don't know how it could be twisted that way when I literally thought he was a white man.
This is so familiar. Oh my God, this is so familiar. I don't know what happened. I just don't know. Oh God. I thought it was this, and I'm not actually going to address what they're really upset about, but I'm going to say what I meant, and that's the whole conversation. Oh, man. You know what? For me, I just want to see the people who believe liars that lie like that. Because that, for me, it is an easy determining factor that's a weeding out factor. That's a good sifting process. Like, who is sharp enough, like whose skills are keen enough to know a person is full of crap? And do you really have the fortitude to see past a manipulative, trifling, messy woman and her antics? Can you see past her little tears? Can you see past her tugging on your heartstrings to make you feel like, oh, what if this was your mother? Anyway, here's some more from this liar. Again, I just wanted to look at her face. This is pitiful because this is the phase of what? My lies aren't working? I gotta turn it on extra. My intentions were never so bad.
So I knew it wasn't going to stop there, but the Facebook page stuff was deleted. Not me ever asking for any of it to be deleted. I made a public apology to
Damn, I wish I had that cap. Put the cap emojis in the chat. Cap emojis in the chat. See, when she tells an obvious one, this is when you okay. So this is how another trait of a liar, especially when they volunteer information like this. When they're volunteering information in this particular instance, this is an admission by volunteering the scenario and situation to begin with. They still perceive I have to present you with this scenario and situation to now lie on the other party. So I have to keep talking to you and dishing out all of this falsehood because the other people, so far, what have you heard from the other group? They just don't believe it. They don't believe her lies. That's it. No big, like this. She's doing the big to-do. This is her video that we could see. Not them, but her we're looking at. And why? Oh, because you need to have pity and sympathy on her. And she is the root cause of all of this turmoil. What is she crying about now? She was the beginning of it, right? Now here she is playing victim to you while saying she's not playing victim. They were looking at it being racist. Oh, they put a post up on Facebook and it got taken down. I didn't ask anybody to take it down. You probably should have just said, there was a post on Facebook. Everything after that, you just told on yourself. I did it. And here's the good thing. See, I know some people would be like, well, hey, man, you're giving away liars' traits. Oh, they can't stop if they try. So everything I'm telling you right now, oh, this person will still look you in your face and try this. So I'm just giving you all the tools and fuels on how to break down liars. That's why I shook the one that was closest to me. So again,
them through the video to a whole Facebook page of almost 500 residents in our neighborhood. And then I posted in the comments multiple times when people were just saying, like, disgusting and just tearing down our family's name. I once again came on and I said, if there's ever an opportunity to reconcile, like, I will. I'm so sorry I could have ever offended you.
So I hope you guys are paying attention. There's nothing internally that she's offering. Only thing she's concerned about is her public perception. There's no inner turmoil here. Her worry is her public perception. That's the only reason she's talking. Ain't just someone else, doesn't it?
So, absolutely apologized multiple times. It's not been accepted.
Oh.
So now,
hey, here's the one thing though. The white woman actually apologized. A black woman liar is never apologizing. She's gonna eat that, double down, triple down. quadruple down on that lie. I'm a victim. Even when everybody is looking at them and be like, you clearly are not. They'll just move on. I got to take my show on the road to somewhere else so people will believe me. I have a clean slate. Don't worry. It won't take you long to burn all those bridges. I give it another 2 years at best. And then it'll be back to the even more elderly threesome.
I woke up today and John
We'll
started
force
sending me
him now.
screenshots of people going on all of my social media channels. And I had to make my pages private on one of the videos of us talking about opening our store. There were over 360 comments, some of which absolutely were from our members, but I would say over 300 of them within a 10-minute span were from people coming to absolutely attack us.
Yeah. And see, what is this all about? This isn't about the people she offended. This is all about her and her brand and what she's trying to get accomplished. She ain't got nothing to do about nothing else. This is all why you hearing all of this. But at the end of the day, now she's exposed for a few things. And her personality gets to demonstrate and shine through from top to bottom. So you've seen how it began. Now you see how she's trying to clean it up. I just, this is a great opportunity. When I saw this, like, you know what? This is a great opportunity to do a little bit of teaching about how to read a liar. Something that some people could tell you I know how to do very well. They would say that I'm pretty smart, pretty wise. I can recall reading those and hearing those mentions. But, people do things and say all of those nice, buttery things. They can love bomb you and all of that, while still stab you in the back. And then turn around and cry like this and say, I'm a victim. Yeah. So I just want y'all to understand, low-life scumbags come in all sizes and colors, but always know the trait of a liar, because it'll always reveal itself. It's up to you to be honest with yourself. If you believe this type of thing for whatever reason you want to, because you like the person, because the person is just a woman and maybe you don't get it like you would like. So, you're soft and maybe you're a little simpish. And so you listen to stuff like this. And any woman with a little sad sob story like this, oh man, she wasn't that bad. Yeah, it was. Damn her tears.
Saying anything and everything you can imagine, from hating on my faith, tying that to racism and me not being who I say I am, to my family, to be on a lookout, to our business is destroyed, to you can imagine everything that's being said.
Nobody threatened violence with you, man.
Our direct messages to my friends and members being messaged saying that I'm a racist, going as far as saying that I was trying to have a black man killed.
Did she not call the police and say she was being followed by this guy? Well, I didn't know he was black, but he is black. And you're out late night walking, supposedly jogging in front of his house with your two young little children. What sense does that make? Like I said, I see this type of behavior all the time. And one of the things that they do is like, oh, well, yeah, I really won't get cussed out that bad if I have my babies with me for doing this old silly shit. This ain't nothing new. Like, the thing that what she did is an everyday occurrence. I can't say it's every day here, but it's like it's more frequent than that. Just like you in my other video, I'm gonna have to hop out on this woman because she's over here following me. I'm like, what are you doing behind my car? Don't even live here. Don't even live here. What are you doing? Are you lost? So again, like this brother asked her, are you looking for somebody? Oh, I was just frantic. Why? You're at that man's house. Oh, and then I thought maybe it could be his house. And then he gets to his house. I don't think this is your house. Well, then what changed for you, ma'am? See, let a liar talk enough. If you're really listening, intentionally listening, you would be like, I don't know.
I was commented a few times to people texting me personally, calling me a racist pig. Our direct messages, our other businesses, Crave is being attacked, and every business platform, my Facebook ratings, everything is being attacked right now. So,
Is this the plea for somebody to come out? Hey, y'all stop it, man. Y'all stop messing with that woman business. What y'all don't need to be doing is going over there trying to ruin them people's business. Now, we had our little moment, but our moment is over now. You know, and see, this is the thing. Oh, God, come on, man. Why don't you blacks be cool, man? And accept my apology, man. It's totally cool, man. No, they're not. Oh, man, they won't accept my apology, and people are calling me racist. And then they're like, yeah, we were racially profiled at our house. You are a danger to them. She's not even clicking because she's so self-absorbed. Not understanding the danger that she poses to someone else for being so self-absorbed. But that's how people like that do. Isn't that right?
everybody keeps asking for a public apology. And I wanted to get ahead of it. I don't want to just stay quiet. But I did shut my pages to private.
She actually told the truth. I tried to get ahead of it. But you didn't publicly apologize. You publicly splained. I don't know why. Yeah, you do know why. If you were truly authentic and really saying that you felt bad about this, not that it's affecting other things that you're trying to do, but that you actually felt bad about what you did, that would be different. But see, this is what low-life scumbags like this are. They are so self-absorbed, but they are such narcissists that their level of manipulation only will show itself in moments like this if you're paying attention. All she is talking about is her financial concern of her businesses. There's no other reason she is speaking right now. You understand? She's not invested in doing anything for them people. It's not even about them people or a gesture to them people. How can I get right with y'all? No. She's up here crying to the people because y'all are coming at me, calling me racist. Look at me cry. Jeez. But again, this is why I wanted to use this broadcast as a teaching tool. And so you could take this and apply these to your this lesson to your own life. and be like, hey, it just make it easy to spot the liar around you. You ain't even got to ask them no questions. Let them talk. Let them talk. They'll tell you.
I've explained to my Instagram exactly what I'm explaining to y'all. I absolutely am so sorry that I didn't think more of how they possibly could have felt in the moment and my reaction. I'm not trying to play the victim. Very few people have truly said they can't, putting themselves in my shoes, and it does make me angry. It does, if I'm being completely honest, and I'm trying to be so slow to speak.
The fake virtue signaling is killing me. I'm trying to be slow to speak, but I'm really upset and I'm mad. Be mad at yourself, because this is a problem you caused. Stop talking about everyone else. This is what tells me you went and did this on purpose to begin with. None of this was a problem. None of this was an accident. This was all by design, and it backfired. You're exposed, and now you're really having a problem. This is the pain of being exposed. Not that you care about what you did, not that you're sorry about what you did. And now, what are we hearing? Oh, we went from I'm not trying to play victim, but now I'm mad. Because you can't let the moment be. Why? Because you're losing in this moment. If it was not about that, here's the one thing you haven't said. It's not about your businesses. You said it's not. You're not a racist. It's not about this. I'm not being a victim. One thing you have not said all of this is about saving your businesses. So I think for all intents and purposes, anybody paying attention, like we see what this is about, and it's about saving your businesses. Makes sense. But again, please, with the waterworks and coming off as all this damn near convulsing, this is an act. You could have dried up the tears and just told us an adult on the business side. You messed up. Own it. All of this other stuff, like, nah, this is the Cameron thing. And this is a devout liar. So, this is what this type doesn't age out. This behavior here does not age out. It only carries on and grows.
And I have said multiple times how stupid I felt. I even looked at him, like I said, when he came out on the porch. And I said, oh my gosh, this was your house. And I said, I kept thinking to myself, what if this is his house? But pulling up behind me, whether it's to look at your Christmas lights or not, I didn't know that. All I knew was it was dark. I had my kids. You're talking to me. You're continuing to talk to me. Now you're backing in this driveway. And then I asked if it was his house. And he said, yeah. I didn't believe it at that point.
Did y'all catch that? You stole on yourself. He clearly couldn't be chasing you, because to back into his driveway, that's going to be on a back street, going to be a little bit of an ordeal. So either he has to pull in his neighbor's driveway across the street and then back into his own driveway, which again, how did you know that the house across the street was not his house, but then are up on his porch telling him as he backs in that that's not his house? So you knew that was his house. Like I said, let a liar talk and they will keep telling on themselves. You just got to know what you're listening for. Listen for all them inconsistencies. Because even through her tears, you understand it. Like I'm because I've totally tuned out all that crying shit. But I know a lot of people can't. That's why I'm walking you down so you don't get distracted by all of this, by the antics. That's how you get calm. So I'm giving y'all some game of how to spot and walk down the liar. Just think, if I can do this right here, don't you think I'd do that in my personal life? But maybe that's why some people don't like me. Damn it, you read me the entire time. Yep.
This was getting so awkward. I just continued to feel like I was getting pursued more and more. It had nothing to do with the color of his skin.
I want to know, how is he backing into his own driveway and you're heading up to his porch? At that point, why didn't you go the opposite way? Because if he's still pulling in and you're going the opposite direction, what makes you go to his porch? And if he's pulling in that, why aren't you crossing the street? I'm confused. Why are you headed toward him? Oh, but he was following me, but he had to have passed you by the time he was pulling in his driveway. So after that, you were on the side of his house where the camera catches you running back in the opposite direction. Why didn't you go back that way? See, she's telling you all this stuff she's saying is these are part of the lies that she was going to use as trying to set this black man up. So again, like I told you, in these HOA type of things, these neighborhood watch type things, they knew who lived there. Her husband knew. And the woman whose house she ran to, she knew. And then you end up calling the police, you say you called 911. Where's that at? Because here's the thing. You ain't talking to no policeman. So 911 might have a cop call you back. But when did you get on the phone with the police? The actual cop that you said just so happened to be in the neighborhood, and so you seen him. How did you know that was the same policeman? And then you mentioned about your conversation. That right there tell me this damn near sound like some McMichaels type thing. So what am I? Yeah, good for them. Put them flyers out. This woman out here profiling black folks. You're a danger, ma'am. Do you not understand that? And here's the point. She don't care because it's not about the danger she puts someone else in. It's just simply about her little selfish self.
He could have been purple, orange, whatever. He was a man in a truck pursuing me. The tone of his voice was not welcoming or comforting at all. And so, yes, I panicked. Did I overreact? I don't think so.
Help! Help! Knock on the doorbell. Get a doorbell.
This big old nice house. Family, you think that them black folks got one of the biggest houses in their neighborhood and all them folks don't know who live there? Y'all really believe that? Let me tell you for a fact. No. You in a neighborhood to where you got the little neighborhood watch and HOAs and all of that. And if he's saying that maybe they might have a little gate Might be the open gate community, but it still might be a gated community nonetheless. And with that big old porch he got, it's like that's a modern build. So, and he got the big fence. So, he got the big house on the corner. Oh, it's the house on the corner. He has a corner lot. They know who's in that damn house. Coming and going. You kidding? Let me tell you something. Y'all can say that for those of you who have Ring cams, you gonna tell me that they don't know who was in that house, and when they was coming and going, miss me. For those of you who are stupid enough to believe that.
So, I'll leave this here for you all to decide what you believe.
Yes, indeed, we will.
But I don't know if the owners will watch this or the people who have decided to come alongside them. I don't think I'm in a position of trying to win hearts anymore. I've made many apologies and they weren't accepted. So I don't think it's about an apology anymore. But I just wanted you all to know that I am a lover of everyone. I really am. And once again, I'm sorry for anything that I could have done to not hold your heart. What a terrible situation and terrible timing. Like, that's what it all boils down to. Really terrible timing. And now it's just getting really, really ugly. So, I just wanted to make sure that this was put out there publicly.
Good for you. Good for you, Michelle.
You're being very sweet. Thanks. Thanks, guys.
All right. Yeah. That's enough for you. Oh, Lord. This is a shame. This is a shame. That's all I can say. This is just a dadgum shame. And I'm glad that she gets to take her lumps because good. She deserves it. And her antics, as for me and the way I see it, everything was intentional. Nothing was by accident. You were over there. You knew who was there. I don't believe for a minute you, out of all of the people, especially even your own husband, didn't know who belongs in that big old house on the corner. But then you over there fooling with his gate. And man, I'm just telling you, if you living in here, I've seen so much. There's nothing she's doing that is out of the ordinary for what I have already literally witnessed. And my wife could attest to this as well, because, we just been in certain spaces like, what are they doing? I've watched people like her walk off with neighbors' trash cans, walk off with their recycling dumpsters. I've seen, man. And these are people in houses, nice big homes, just can't help themselves, but still, I don't understand it. But, man, I'll never forget one day. Me and my wife was, we was waiting for somebody. So we were in a neighborhood that's not necessarily ours. In the drain, we don't stay in that general vicinity. But so we're waiting in the car, right? So in front of the house we're at, it's kind of on the corner, so you could see caddy corner. So you see the next two houses on the next street going like sideways. And Mitch is sitting there watching this woman come straight on out her house and get her neighbor's package up off they yard and took it right back into her house. So their porch pirate was literally their own neighbor. I've seen people go steal people's mail. I've seen some stuff with my own eyes. Just so happen to be, because some people just be so into their crime, they don't really look at everybody who's around. You'll see them looking around and be like, "Damn, you don't see me here." No, I guess not. Go ahead and do what you do. But these are the things that I've been able to witness myself, and so knowing that this is a thing when people, especially in these gentrified neighborhoods and over here where she really feeling herself because these black folks got the biggest house. This is, I can only think if this was in my city. This white woman probably walks past their house every day. I bet you she walks her kids past that house. And what's crazy about it is, usually in this town, they all got dogs. This woman only got her 2 babies out at this time of night. This is how you know she out being messy, because usually these women would at least have the excuse to say, "I'm out at this time of night with my dog." She doesn't even have that. What do you want? You're walking the baby? Nah. So, I have no problem with how she's catching it. It seems righteous to me. It seems well deserved. Yeah, it is what it is. Don't be racist. So I think also another thing that's going on with that she's not, or wasn't ready for, is the fact that technology is at a different day and age right now. And so doing the fake Karen and yeah, it works as long as it's not all on camera. Because now with it being on camera, you are literally on record permanently. So, it's not going to be hard for anybody to go back and be like, "Well, I'll just play the tape." Well, there you are. There you are, screaming with your kids out at night for whatever reason. Oh, man. You said it was late night. I don't even understand that. Like, why are your babies out late? It's another conversation on her bad parenting. But it also looks like she had a TikTok, Facebook, so she runs a few internet businesses, and obviously she's taking a little hit, and it probably didn't help that TikTok went down for a day. So, yeah, she's probably really feeling it, and it's all bad timing, like she said. She's right. It is bad timing. But you're racist, and your racism is always bad timing. And with that being said, Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. Let it fall, and let us rise. Can you dig it? Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. This has been the Beatzilla PDX official news break. I'm sorry, Beatzilla PDX official news show. This is the midweek report in the news break edition. So that means that this is tape delayed. But I thank everybody for tuning in this evening. I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, hit that thumbs up button, like and share this out on your media sites, whether it be X, because there's so many other ones now. So whatever you want right now, make sure you go ahead and do so. And so there might be some people out there that say, you guys are too harsh on her, man. You guys need to come on and be a little more understanding. she wasn't trying to be racist. And this ain't no race baiting nothing. This was her going up. And I've seen these type of behaviors, and I'm never going to I'm not going to play with nobody putting me in jeopardy like that. So I'm glad that they mentioned the fact that she was racially profiling this guy. He does not look like a white man. He has these long ass dreads. And so, no, you knew what he was. Ain't no white man with them long dreads. And I know he couldn't have hit him, or he would have to have a big ass hat on. But he just came out with his hair wrapped up with a scarf and dreads hanging. So what white man got long ass dreads like that that's living in your neighborhood? I thought he was a young white man. He's clearly a middle-aged black man. So where did she get young white man from? That one is also kind of odd. Young white man. Okay. Now, again, I'm calling Cap. Yeah, that's Colin Kaepernick. Lord. Nonetheless, there's, as we see with the unfortunate situation with this kid down there in Tennessee, there could be a lot of self-hatred out there. So with the self-haters out there, well, man, she says she's sorry. She says she didn't really mean it. We don't mean it, PP. We don't know that woman racist. We just can't call her racist for what she did. She says she's not a racist at all. Well, yeah, if you believe that, buddy, well, I speak for myself. Beatzillapdx official, the Beatzillapdx official show. Those of you in the chat, the grassroots, and the voices of New Black Media, I'm certain to say I speak for all parties involved when we proudly dedicate this song to you.
Get up off of that cocaine and get up off of that crack. Get yourself together and get your mind back.
Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in one more. I appreciate each and every one of you. Like I said, this is a news break, so I wasn't really even planning on being on camera. But since the story was so long and I wanted to really break down that video, I just went ahead and turned the camera on anyway. So thank y'all for, again, like I said, tuning in. Y'all can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at beatzillapdx. You can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And if you feel so inclined to put some money in the bucket, you could do so by way of CashApp. That's $ beatzillapdx. That's CashApp $ beatzillapdx. We also have PayPal, which is Zilla Muzak. That is ZILLAMUZAK at PayPal. And as it looks, we are going to have to do another video about hashtag hands off our reparations.
You have no rights here. We're not under the empire.
And on the other piece of information that's going on out here right now is these deportations are kicking up. These people are trying to block it, but we need everybody to understand where foundational Black Americans stand in all of this. We are undeportable. And so for those of you who want to always consistently talk disrespectful to us, be disrespectful to us and our ancestors and our lineage, to you, from us here at the Beatzillapdx official show, we tell you in the world, hashtag fire up the jet.
Happy birthday, we're celebrating you today. Like Dr. King holiday, we ain't gonna do any work today. Happy birthday today, it's your beautiful day. And we gonna party all day like it's a freaking holiday.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, family. So y'all stay black, stay vigilant, stay alive. And always from me to you, black first, black first, black first. Shalom, y'all. Have a blessed evening. Thank you for tuning in.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir, you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. Yes. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.